Hey, this is your boy Robert Brown, Bob TV. Just wanted to talk about a couple things real quick. First of all, if you're going to be on this channel, do not insult each other and do not insult. Uh, you can insult, but don't be calling people names. I don't think you need to be insulting people. Not here. Anybody that comment on something in this channel, if you insult one of the viewers or one of the subscribers or somebody making a comment, if y'all calling each other names, I will delete you. I know I know my audience, and I declare is growing leaps and bounds. But I gotta tell you the truth. I won't tolerate people because I'm a person that encourages people to love each other despite their disagreements, despite their thought process and thinking. That's the reason why you need to love these people because they just don't know no better. you know, I remember in my faith, Jesus was on the cross and he said, Father, forgive them for they don't know what to do. Because some people just so dumb that they really don't know what they're doing. But thing I want to say is, I don't want you as insulting each other in this community. I am in this community. I got in this community to help expand the community in thinking and activism and other stuff. So please don't come on Bob TV's channel and insult the individual that's making a comment. And please do not call individuals who, I mean, there's a way to do something right and there's a way to do something wrong. And you have to be more mature. Yes, even though people get on my last God and picking black nerves, I'm not going to be calling mother a-holes and B's and DAs and none of that. I'll say what they did was stupid. Their thought is ignoramus or ignorant thought. I will say things like that, but I will not insult them. So please don't. If you are that type of person that's going to bash out on me, I can go toe to toe with the best of them, dog. And my mouth is just could be just as foul as yours. And I've been called the king of cutthroat. And people used to call me when I first started the 50 cents of politics. And I had people that told me that if the way I have this built, that if I be more like a Cal Kalinske, like a black version of Cal, that, Cal, I love Cal. I mean, we have some difference of views when it comes to religion things, but a lot of things that we do agree with, and some things we just agree to disagree. And I love Cal, but Cal would cuss you out, call you name, things like that. And I am so tempted to do that, but I can't do that because of who I am. But I could call you, I'll have you. I could cut you. I could cut some person up. If somebody want to challenge me on here and go toe to toe with me, I can cut you up so bad you think I was Zorro, baby. You'll be bleeding everywhere. You think you've been in a surgical room. I'll cut you down so bad. But that's not me. I'm here to promote progressive causes, and I'm here to grow the movement as much as I can. And even though I don't agree 100% of everything in the movement, and I make it clear. What it is none of your business. But there's some things I don't agree with, but majority of it I do. So please don't come on Bob TV cutting people up. Nah, man. And no, I'm not. We ain't gonna cut you up back. I'm just gonna delete your comment because it's my channel and I can flag it. And I'm not gonna. I want people to dialogue. I want people to debate. I may pose a question. I may have a question that I don't have the answer to, and I might need somebody to teach me, school me. I don't know everything, and I need this panel to be open and tell me your thoughts and things like that. But when you're going after each other's throat and calling them names and things like that, I will not tolerate that. Now, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Maxine Waters, who's going crazy. She, first of all, let me. I respect Maxine Waters for her efforts in advancing the black community. I respect that. I respect Maxine Waters in whatever legislation she tried to push. But if you look at Maxine Waters behind the curtain, She's another corporatist Democrat that caters to her donors more than she caters. More importantly, she caters to the establishment more than she caters anything. Great Hillary kiss butt. She kiss up. Her lips probably tattooed to Hillary Clinton's butt. A lot of the black caucuses, a lot of the black politicians, even John Lewis, kissing Clinton butt. To me, that is no different from these people going to Donald Trump's office and going in there and kissing his butt for funding or for... Come on, you can't talk about nobody when they doing it too. Kissing up, kissing the coattail of Hillary Clinton, kissing the finger of their darling little queen. All because of Bill, who they say was the first black president, done more for black people than anybody. Yeah, he done more to hurt black people too. We already been through that welfare reform and crime bill. We already been through that. And NAFTA and CAPTA and jobs going overseas and leaving the black community destitute because now the factory jobs that they depended on that puts them in the middle class and being able to compete with other races, they did that. Now, I got my problems with Maxine Waters, and I got my problem with Elijah Cummings, and I got my problem with John Lewis, and any other body that kiss the butt of Hillary Clinton. Elijah Cummings did whatever he could to defend Hillary in that Libya scandal in the first place. First off, Doc Elijah Cummings, we should have been over there in the first place. She cowed down and twisted Obama's arm to get over there, and we got rid of another black man. Yes, Gaddafi was black, in another black African country, Libya, to get black African gold and oil. But you want to kiss up to her. Oh, she's just the best of the best, Hillary Clinton. And the reason Maxine Waters is pissed off, the reason John Lewis is pissed off and said he wasn't even going to go to the inauguration, and Elijah Cummings is pissed off, and a lot of them pissed off, it's because Donald Trump beat your little golden girl. To lose to a buffoonish politician, clown of a public leader. Let me go back. Let me take some of that stuff back. To lose to a reality show. I apologize for the buffoonish and the clown. And like I said, I'm trying to tell people don't call people names on my shows, and I'm calling this man a name. Let me take that back, and I kind of apologize for that. I'm learning, just like you. To lose out to a troubled billionaire, so-called billionaire, businessman, who, if you look at his track record, a lot of the things he did kind of strong arm and bullied his way to whatever he had. He never got anything he always find cuts to get things. And I guess that's a plus in business today, taking the shortcuts. There's one school that teaches, Harlem Success teaches their kids not to take shortcuts. So, to lose to a reality star, somebody who craves television, to lose to that person, obviously the worst candidate in history. For you to lose to the worst candidate in history, it makes you the worst candidate in history. And the reason Maxine Waters has this fire and passion of, I ain't gonna do nothing with Trump, I can't stand Trump. She literally hates Trump. And just to let you know, Maxine Waters, your hatred make you just as hateful as any hate person in a hate group. Your hatred for Trump, and that's why I'm trying to get people to understand, you got to get out of hatred. Don't get in the hatred. You ain't got to get in hatred. You can get in strong disagreement, but don't get in that area of hatred, because that makes you no better than the person that you're hating. You can't look at yourself on a high horse, Maxine Waters, John Lewis, with hatred for this guy. And the real reason why you're hating this guy is not because he's the president, and it's not because, not, I wouldn't say it's not because the president. The reason you hate this guy is because he beat your girl, and you're gonna sit here and not look at your own party and tell your own party that your tactics, your undermining of the elections, way before Rush even thought about it. Come on. With you stacking the deck with Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and I just saw you on the video, Miss Waters, standing next to her. All y'all in that little circle in that bubble of kissing up, Clinton behind, kissing the ring. You mad because she didn't win, because if she did win, you would have got another level in political life. And yes, you guys are beholden to her because her and Bill went out there and helped push for you guys being in office, and you feel like I owe her. I owe her my freaking life. And you're so loyal to her. And I can understand that. Loyalty is good. But when your person you're loyal to are in all kind of crap, all kind of scandals, and a lot of them was legit scandals, and you're going to try to defend her in the scandals instead of letting the evidence take its place. And the bottom line is, forget Benghazi, forget all that, forget Libya, it's a done deal. The bottom line is, you, Maxine Waters, are in a level of hate that I don't even think the God that you say you serve would appreciate it. Now I'm going to talk to you as a man that loves men in general, mankind. I ain't into the men stuff. I love my ladies. Shout out to my ladies out there. I'm talking about men in general, mankind. Because I love you, I'm going to look at you eyeball to eyeball. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. You're getting sleepy. Look into my eyes if you ever see this Maxine Waters. Get out of your hate. Get out of your anger for Trump. It's not going to serve you anything. I had to get out of the anger. I'm free. I can criticize that man and still love him. I can push back against him and still love him. Most people can't do that because I have this revelation of love that most people are not willing to dig into. And that's another reason why I do my show, my podcast. Because I can love you and still discipline you. But you can't love me and have this visceral hatred to me. And if you look at people, go back and look at Maxine Waters Trump. Just Google search it. And you can see the anger, the viciousness in her eyeball for that man. Same thing with John Lewis, even though he's a soft-spoken man, a tender-hearted man. In my book, he haven't done nothing in a while, and I think he's just sitting there. They keep electing him because he's a civil rights icon who have not did nothing significant in my book since the civil rights. You got too many politicians who got this Al Bundy syndrome stuck in their past achievement. Well, Peg, I was all city football, and I remember I took 3 touchdowns. Greatest day of my life. What about the greatest day going forward? I want to see a congressional black caucus that's going to champion progressive values, that's going to do things that's going to betterment the African American culture and beyond, because our culture is attached to the Hispanic culture, attached to the Chinese culture, attached to the Muslim culture, because it was us first. We were the one that went into the halls and with Lyndon B. Johnson and the fight with JFK and Lyndon B. Johnson, along with white progressives or white people who understood our plight and was on our side, as long as, and other minorities backing us up. But we pushed it. Dr. King didn't have eyeball hatred for Lyndon B. Johnson. He loved that man. Even though there was a staunch disagreement, often going back and forth, you got to go back and read the history of Johnson and MLK. LBJ and MLK didn't see eye to eye, but they compromised and they worked and they did things, even though in stock opposition. If you don't get yourself out of that arena where you're so close-minded, Maxine Waters and John Lewis and things like that, then It's not going to help us. Now, do I say go in there and be on the side of Trump? Crap, no. You got to take it grain by grain, step by step, policy by policy, idea by idea. You hear something that he say he want to do and it's full of crap, you push back and blast him out for it. Love do that. Look, baby, you my daughter. I ain't going to have you going out in no strip clubs. What I look like I'm in a strip club and I see my daughter. That's disgusting. No, you got to tell your daughter, look, baby, you can't be going to no strip clubs. I'm in there all the time. I don't want to be seeing my daughter in no strip club. No. Now, by the way, I don't go to strip club. I say that a lot. I used to go, but I needs my money. That's why I'd rather buy the tape, throw the money at the tape, and get my money back when it stopped. No, I'm just kidding. No, you got to call out people. Love will call people out, not in public, but kind of pull them in and stuff like that. But I'm saying it is Miss Waters. If you go back and look at your tapes, you can see the anger and the viciousness that you have. John Lewis, if you go back and look at your tapes, man, you can see how angry you are. It's a subtle anger, but anger nevertheless. And it seems like there's hatred driving it. And a lot of us progressives are like that. And a lot of us progressives about how the DNC did us. We're angry. And we're hating the DNC. And rightfully so. Maxine Waters. Whoosah. Get somewhere where you can reflect and do something that most people won't do. Pray for that dude. Ramna Kishi, whatever. Dance around some smoke, however you do it. Me, I pray. Pray for that man. Pray that he gain wisdom and a change of heart. Will it happen? Well, some people believe prayer changes everything, and I'm one of them. Change your heart. Change your thought. Change your action. We all have the capacity to change. I know you say, Bob T, why you always talking about this changing stuff? Because that's the real change. Bernie Sanders talk about change. Barack Obama talk about change. Change we all can believe in. Change for our future. Change for $1. So, please, black leaders, please, you got to do something to step out of your anger, because acting on something based on emotion will always drive you in the ditch. Always. I tell people, don't make a decision to get married just because you got these ooey gushy feelings. You better have more than that, baby. Don't rush yourself. Pace yourself. Build something to get there. And don't rush yourself. Same thing with us politicians, us political leaders, us activists, us voters and things like that. Never do nothing based out of your emotion. Always be thought-filled and make your next step a one that you really, really pondered on. Because your next step, in some people's cases, end up being their demise. It's just like being on a minefield. That one step, if you don't think about them steps you're taking, boom, you go. That's how political careers work. One step, boom, no more political career. So my heart goes out to Maxine Waters and John Lewis and Elijah Cumming. You guys get on my nerves sometimes. I mean, a lot. The way your policies, the lack of action of the CBC in the past, and the kiss and tell of the Clintons, like, it disgusts me, man. Disgusts me how you kiss her behind and hold her up as if she was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and like she need to be the next saint. It sickens me. You give her daughter a lifetime achievement award and she ain't did jack nothing. Bernie Sanders has been out there fighting for people all these years, and you don't give her a Lifetime Achievement Award? Who did nothing? Well, I guess Lifetime Achievement, I put up with my mama and daddy mess. It's still not an achievement. You born in that. Take that as it comes. Anyway, I'm done. Maxine Waters, any political leaders, you got to this hatred for Trump. You got to know how to you got to work it. You got to work it. You got to work it. Anger, hatred, animosity will not grow anybody. It's like a cancer that takes over. It will not grow anybody. You got to get out of that. I'm telling you. And the only way you'll be able to think straight and clearly is to get from under that hatred, anger, animosity, and resentment umbrella. It never helps. And anybody listen to this voice, if you in that about Bernie, or if you in there about the Democratic Party or in the Democratic League, you still can be critical. You still can hold them to the fire. You can, I mean, hey, look at me. I loathe the way the Democrats do work in their party. I loathe it. I'll never be a part of that party. They eat their own, literally. I wouldn't want to be a part of that party, but I am for people primarying them. I'm in for people exiting out the party. Whatever. I'm for all that stuff. But I don't like Nancy Pelosi as a political leader. I do not like Chuck Schumer as a political leader. I do not like Cory Booker. To me, he's not a political leader, and I don't think he'll ever be one because he kissing butt too much. I don't like these people as political leaders because their mindset, they totally are not for they totally focus on the next high piece of money that come in and what I'm going to do for this money. Tap dancing, sambo dancing, kissing butt. Either it's the donor, either Chuck Schumer. Bernie Sanders kissing Chuck Schumer butt. And no, Bernie, you the leader. Any butts need to be kissing, they need to be kissing yours. They need to be joining the Bernie Sanders Kiss My Butt Club. Because you are holding them up. And if you leave, they're toast. They have nothing. And they're going to try to prop you and use you and pimp you out as much as they can. Now, let me get off this and get back to this. Okay. All right, so people, don't get in anger. Don't get in resentment. The temptation will always be there, but you got to fight it, man. Because it clouds your thinking, clouds your judgment. And you're liable to take a Molotov cocktail and start throwing it at people and stuff like that. You can't do that. The reason people make dumb, stupid mistakes and end up in jail is because they act out on emotions, and you can see it. And Maxine Waters need to kind of chill out. Take a chill pill. You say you're a Christian woman, go to the altar and lay all that stuff at the altar. There's a scripture said when you had fought with a brother or you got a problem with your brother, you go you offer a gift. You fix that. I mean, y'all confront that issue. Just you and that brother. Why you had to give him a gift? Should I give Trump a gift? I don't know about that, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm working on this stuff too. I'm new. I don't know about this stuff, but don't get in anger. Don't get into anger. Challenge Trump. Invite him to your neighborhood. Invite him to stay a weekend or a week. Invite him to walk around and see the conditions. Don't let that man get away with saying what he's going to do for the urban community and he never stayed in one. That man been plushed and ploshed his whole life. Silver spoon stuck all in his behind. So don't let him get away. CBC, do not let him get away trying to take the lead on what he's going to do for the urban community without you guys taking him there. And you make that a mandate, a demand. Look, you don't talk no more about helping out the urban community until I see your butt in there. Show me any video, anything you've done to advance the black community. Show me where you actually sat there and talked to black people in the town hall or went and hanged out in more churches and stuff without worrying about getting a vote. Tell me where you participated in here and participated in that. Show me, show me, show me. Until you show me, let me show you. And you can't do that, Maxine Waters, John Lewis, Elijah Common, and any other person with anger and resentment. You cannot do that walking in anger. and hatred. Because you guys, don't fool yourself. You are in staunch hatred and angerness and bitterness because not only did he win, he beat your little golden girls and she didn't make it in office because you hoped she did. And you mad she didn't. So you're going to find some way to get them impeached? That is the worst thing you can do. Let me tell everybody where their focus need to be. Your focus need not to be Trump. Your focus need to be Steve Bannon. Take a study on Steve Bannon. Go watch some of Steve Bannon movies. Find out the history of Steve Bannon. You get rid of Trump, you're going to get a Pence. Get to know who Pence really is. He's leaving Indiana stuck with that water crisis. Not helping out a lick. A lick! You worried about Trump, you need to worry about him. Because if you get rid of Trump, you're going to get him. And guess who's still going to be working in the White House? Steve Bannon. Guess who is still going to shape the public policy of America for the next 4 years? Steve Bannon. He is what Dick Cheney was to Bush. And Karl Rove to Bush. Karl Rove was known as Bush's brain. Right now, the brain of Donald Trump is Steve Bannon. And I'd rather have a Donald Trump with no brains than a Donald Trump with a intensified, sadistic, yet practical, ferocious brain of Steve Bannon. Anybody y'all need to be getting out of office, it's him. Because he is going to cause a major problem to the United States if you don't get your off. You got your all, get your eye off Russia, get your eye off Trump, and get your eye on Steve Bannon. You remove Steve Bannon out of the way, you can control Trump. But if you focus on getting rid of Trump, you're going to have Steve Bannon and Trump 10.0. And Trump 10.0 is Pence. All right, I'm Bob TV. Again, I'm going to cap it off with this. Don't be insulting each other in my comment section, people. I love you all. I thank you all, people from Layla Khan. Marcia Squire. My man, Rick Cherry. You name it. I got so many people that I love so much that watch the show, and I'm kind of pull up their names here. Man, I can go on and on with the people who comment on the show, and I love them. You know, Miss Sandy, you know I love you. My sister, shows, and I can go on and on. Sarah O'Reilly. I mean, I can name people who just constantly comment on the show and appreciate the show. Now, there's a lot of you that I'm still getting to know the name, but I thank you well enough. Who else I can thank? Jay Muncie, Rob Cotton, and I want to give a shout out list. I should have wrote this earlier. Just some good people who watch the show. I really want to tell you I appreciate it. David Ware and let me see. You don't mind me just talking for the next few minutes, just giving people some shots out. I know you don't mind. I know you don't mind. Yep. So I just want to give some shout out to some people. Don't be dissing these people. These people are good people. Don't you touch them. I will defend them in a minute. In a doggone minute. Don't you do that. Don't you do that at all. And Sexton. You name it. I mean, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Marie Urbina Terrazas. Let's see. And anyway, you got some good people that watch the show, and it's growing. I want to thank everybody for taking time out to participate in the show. Like I said, I really appreciate all that you do. Uh, so on that note, I'm at 30 minutes, still talking too much. Anyway, I'm Bob TV. Don't get in hate concerning these politicians. Don't be calling people names in my booth. I will delete you. Please, people, work on your anger and resentment. Channel it the right way, and and stay open. Stay open. You still criticize, but don't be being visceral. Okay. All right. I'm Bob TV. Freedom on fire, baby. Maxine Waters. Whoosah.